Good evening, YouTube viewers, Facebook, friends and family, YouTube subscribers, and any Google fans or Google Play people that might watch this YouTube video. I want to welcome you to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. I must give you a little forewarning on this one, because I'm really and truly angry, as well as somewhat embarrassed about our present day law enforcement policies and procedures that's going on across the country. I mean, it is law enforcement and Afro-American or people of color have always been an issue in this country. But not as prevalent as it is being today. Or should I say, we were just not aware of a lot of the things that has been happening in the law enforcement field, because we didn't have the instant media to bring it directly to us or into our living rooms, or social media, as we now have Facebook, Instagram, all these different things. So I'm giving you a little bit of forewarning here. If you can't take a cuss word or two, shut your computer off right now, or don't view this YouTube post. Over just about a year ago, in Cleveland, Ohio, this young boy walking around in the park playing with a little gun, which have been something that young boys have done all of our life, my childhood life, my adult life. You know, parents used to buy you guns for Christmas. They used to buy you guns if you were in a store and you saw a little gun that you wanted to get. You know, they would buy it for you. It's a toy, is the way it was viewed as, a toy. You know, and I've seen that video so many times, of this kid just walking around in the park, pulling the little gun and shooting it or doing whatever he was doing with it. You know, pop, 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 put it back, pull it out, pop, pop. You know, and it didn't seem like nothing out of the ordinary that a young kid would be doing in the park. One single individual just walking around playing with his gun. And then suddenly you see a patrol unit shoot up in the park, and then you see the little boy fall to the ground. And you say, what the hell happened? You know, they only show you a little bit of it, but now most of it's beginning to come out. Once the kid was shot, 2 police officers on the scene, 2 of them on the scene. They checked to see if he was down. I didn't see him interfere with any weapon or try to move nothing or do anything on that video. They checked to see what was going on with him. Then they run back to their car. If he didn't have a weapon or was any threat to them at that point in time, why didn't they try to do something to help him? Why didn't they do something to help him? How long was it before they called an ambulance? How long was it before? This hurts. It hurts because I'm a retired police officer. And I just can't fathom. It's hard for me to fathom or to understand that you're being sent on a call where a person is in possession of a gun. Now, whether the gun is real or unreal, your first thing is to stay back until you can assess the situation. Get additional people on the scene. 2 police officers were not enough people to be at the scene. There should have been at least a supervisor or a sergeant or somebody else at that scene. You never drive into a place where a person, I just don't understand this. You just shoot up to where a person is that has a gun. You just zoom in there. If it had been somebody that was intending to hurt you or do you some damage, you would have never got out of your patrol car. You would have never got out of the patrol car. You know, this is why I'm having such a hard time dealing with this. And then yesterday when the prosecutor come out and basically just told the world that he jury-rigged and manipulated and set the grand jury up so that neither of these police officers would have to answer for the damage that they've done and the mistakes that they made. Police departments have procedures. Is the Cleveland Police Department's procedure, when they get a call that someone is in possession of a gun, is just to rush in there and kill the person? Or is the policy that you go to a location, you stop, you assess the situation, confer with your supervisors on whether or not you may need a SWAT team or you may need additional help or what? What is the policy for Cleveland Police Department? What were they supposed to do? This grand jury bullshit that they keep throwing out here, that grand juries are secret. They're not too goddamn secret when the goddamn district attorney is running it and setting it up the way he wants it to be ran. Not one thing in that video did I see where that young kid pointed a gun or pointed that gun at that unit, at that police patrol unit. That's why it's embarrassing to me, because I'm a retired police officer. I always felt strongly about my profession. The use of force. The use of force. Even when people are in possession of a gun, it is still not the idea to use lethal force unless the gun is pointed at you, you've been shot at. You know, the Cleveland Police Department, this is just my opinion, and Cleveland is a pretty good sized city, but whoever is in charge of that son of a bitch should be fired. Many of those police officers who are there, long-time police officers, supervisors, should be fired. They should begin a dismantling of that damn police department and reinstituting it. Because whatever training they give it and whatever their damn procedures are, the people are not following them. No way in hell do you rush into a situation, just drive into it when you sit on a call with someone in possession of a firearm. You just don't drive into a situation and shoot somebody. Because you received it over the radio. You did not receive this shit first-handed. You received it over the radio. You don't know for sure that the individual has a gun. You don't know for sure if the gun is real, false, or what. Have he damaged anybody? Have he shot anybody? Did he do anything? Anybody hear any gunshots? But they're going to let these two individuals walk away free after killing a 12-year-old kid. Just shoot a 12-year-old kid and walk the fuck away. Nothing be done about it. And this, as far as I'm concerned, this don't have anything to do with Black Lives Matter. This has to do with fucking police training. Police procedures. And how police operate. If you got the Wild Wild fucking West, then you need to be in the Wild Wild West. This is 2015. And every goddamn department that I know of have some form of procedures of what you do when you get a call that someone is in possession of a gun or a violent situation is going on. You don't rush into it. If you get a call on a bank robbery, you don't rush into the bank and start shooting. Or store robbery. You get as close as you can so you can assess the situation. You watch and see what happens. You listen for gunshots. If that kid had been out there in the park with a real gun, you'd have heard a gunshot if he was shooting it. You would have heard a gunshot. And anybody in this damn world would know the difference between a gunshot and a pellet air shot. This is just ludicrous. That prosecutor should be charged with malfeasance in damn office, and those two police officers should be charged with murder. And the mayor should have some charges brought against his ass for allowing this shit to happen. And then walking away talking about they did the best that they could possibly do in the justice system. They killed a 12-year-old kid. And nobody has to answer for that. Two police officers, and neither one of them have to answer for it. They just shoot up into a situation and shoot somebody within a few seconds of getting on the scene. What happened to receive a call, assess the situation, defuse it? What happened to those procedures? So many trigger-happy ass police officers out there beginning to make me feel like shit after spending all my life, after I retired from the Navy, life as a goddamn police officer who tried to do the damn right thing by people. There's a time to use a gun. There's a time to defend yourself. But to shoot a 12-year-old kid, just outright murdering him, and nobody's to be prosecuted for it. Nobody's to have to answer for it. It's just another dead-ass, black-ass kid that was hanging out in the park playing around with a little toy gun. We knocked his ass off. Now I can go home and I can be proud I shot that so-and-so. I did this. Some bitch have to live with it for the rest of his life, and I hope every day that little boy face pop in his damn head and get a facial visual of him. I hope that every day that them two police officers live, that they see that young boy's face over and over and over and over until they can't stand it, and then maybe they'll do something to remedy the situation for themselves. God bless you. God bless America. Ciao. Thanks for watching this YouTube video post.